going to start it off.
Time in.
All right, Kate Fahey back to
0-0.
serve first. Jorja closes first, and a passing shot and a beauty for Kate Fahey. Started as a baseline grind. Kate Fahey gets the last word.
It's a beautiful thing when you could have a nice passing shot from the middle of the court. That's hard to create that angle.
Point.
Kate Fahey does a great job at moving the ball all from the baseline to the midcourt. She has great angles. So you're going to see her moving Jorja Johnson everywhere.
Yeah. Winner of this one gets the winner of Catherine Parento and Jeannie Bouchard in tomorrow's quarterfinal rounds. A little heavy there from Jorja Johnson. And to your points about Kate moving the ball around, and a lot of pace behind her shots too. Nice. Beautiful pass from Jorja Johnson. Took a little pace off it and wields the angle with heavy topspin.
I love how she disguises where she's going to go with that shot on the run. That's my favorite thing from Jorja Johnson's game, is on the move on the forehand side.
Side out.
Again, from the midcourt, this time on the backhand side. Huge angle from Kate Fahey.
Take another peek.
3-0.
Backhand side just as strong as the forehand side for Fahey. Not a lot of holes in her game.
Point.
Add another 4-0 hot start for said Kate Fahey.
4-0.
So Jorja obviously trying to close to the net quicker, but where is she losing that battle right now with Fahey?
Well, Kate Fahey's come out super solid, and Jorja Johnson, she's hit a few errors here and there, but when you're stepping onto a court against Kate Fahey, you got to be on right.
See if Jorja Johnson discovered at the timeout she took.
Point.
Baseline grind again. Kate Fahey comes away with it.
I like the adjustment from Jorja, not rushing up to the net. I like that she was trying to build that point. Kate Fahey finally found the opportunity to put a little bit of pressure on Jorja Johnson. I want to see Jorja stepping more into the court. She's kind of hanging back on her heels at the baseline right now.
Side out.
Go big or go home on the serve.
0-6. Side out.
Tried to go big. It's robbed by the net instead. Where would you target on the serve if you're Jorja Johnson? Depth obviously always a key, but are you going body, forehand, depending on odd or even side?
I like to mix it up.
Yeah.
I even like putting slice on the ball to see if the opponent hits up and short. Variation is always something to look for in singles. You don't want to give your opponent the same look every single ball.
0-6. Point.
Nice scramble there. Jorja Johnson on the board. That backhand, a thing of beauty. Unconventional with it, but short and compact. How many players have gotten burned from this one?
Yeah, as you mentioned, the unconventional look. Kate Fahey might not be used to that. She's, you know, a star tennis player as well as pickleball player. Right on the baseline. Ooh.
Side out.
At it. Top of the tape goes down. By the way, big news today out of Major League Pickleball. Mari Humberg back to the fives in exchange for Krista Getcheva and some cash considerations from DC.
So glad I don't have to play against Mari next week.
It's a 5, always a 5. Nice approach from Jorja Johnson. Takes the break off the tape, earns the side out. Now where does she go from here?
Did you see how she put the angle on that one? She had Kate Fahey back at the baseline, and she took off the power and really, you know, made it go towards the sideline. I want to see more of that from Jorja Johnson if she could find her timing.
Point. I side up. 2-6. Side out.
You could see Jorja Johnson has a little bit of rhythm now. Now she's finding the ball. She's striking well.
6-2.
Oh, Jorja Johnson tracks it down and couldn't get back the other way fast enough.
I like that Kate didn't try to rush those volleys. Didn't try to overdo it. I'm guilty of that. I'm sure others are as well. Smart play from Fahey.
What a get. Backhand slice volley and a beauty the other way. Timeout from Jorja Johnson.
Ball wherever she goes with her shot.
It's a nice deep serve from Fahey. I mean, the difficulty of getting a good return on that.
But that's what I'm talking about. Should the preparation, the footwork, it just needs to be quicker, faster in order to respond to those shots from Fahey.
Again,
Game point.
Kate Fahey in full command at game point. 10-2. Match started just about 12 minutes ago.
Yeah.
10-2.
Wow.
Point.
Jorja Johnson had controlled the kitchen, and then Kate Fahey in a full scramble sprints it to the corner, hits the pass down the line. Take another look at game point as we go to break. What a whip from Kate Fahey. Full command, full control. 11-2, game 2 coming up next from the Select Medical Orange County. We'll see what kind of adjustments
0-0.
she makes. The red hot Kate Fahey. Has every shot in the book. How do you start to gain control and leverage? Obviously, quality of shot you mentioned earlier, but what else did Jorja do at this point?
Ooh, just wide. It's tough because you want Jorja to make that shot, right?
Right.
But the accuracy and, again, the quality and just the footwork. Maybe she's learning something from Kate Fahey.
Side out.
What I like about Fahey is she's able to read what's coming off your paddle, and
0-1.
she's early to the ball every single time, whereas Jorja doesn't really know right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Georgia's going to keep growing with her singles game, and that's what's going to happen. And one day Georgia's going to catch up, and we're going to see her in the final. But right now, it's like it's a learning progress right now with Jorja Johnson in singles.
Yeah,
in singles, she's a beast all the time. But you know, this is where she could really work
Point.
and try to excel, understanding ground strokes and where to position yourself.
Takes first lead of the match here. Wow.
Side out.
Cross-court pass from Fahey on the backhand side, too. Jorja Johnson read it down the line, and take another look at the deception here from Fahey.
1-2.
I love how all of her momentum goes into that shot. She steps in early, and she rotates right into that ball. Full control.
2-2.
Man, to the feet of Jorja Johnson. Couldn't catch up in the transition area and set her feet quick enough.
3-2.
Very explosive in singles. Changing direction, using your fast twitch muscles.
3-2. Point.
So Kate Fahey playing women's doubles later on today with Tina Pisnik, and the MLP news we referenced has some relevance to that. I'll explain in a moment. A nice sequence for Kate Fahey. So timeout taken by Jorja Johnson, trying not to let this one get out of hand. And we'll discuss the MLP news when we get back. Kate Fahey, also a member of the New Jersey Fives. So I think this is a great roster move for the Fives. By the way, they're squaring off against each other. Tina, Kate against Mari and Meg. So we'll get a taste of that New Jersey Fives flavor. But what a great move by the Fives. Now you've got 3 options to work with.
Point.
Yeah, that is great. And you don't see that too often. You see usually the bench players being bench players. They don't get to step onto the court. But having Mari there and being able to utilize her and mix up the teams, I love it.
Of course, part of the New Jersey Fives team that made it to the final last year against Jorja Johnson. Oh, man, had the sitter in her wheelhouse and gives it away to Fahey. Take another look. She earned it. She being Jorja Johnson. Drop volley. Kate Fahey's in a scramble. You get the pop-up. Man, you hate to see Jorja miss that one.
Point.
And the other layer to that women's doubles storyline is Jorja and Lacey were in the section of the draw with Tina and Kate. So
9-2.
The 4 seed no longer in anyone's way in the quarterfinals. Drop volley from Kate Fahey, so measured. I mean, her decision making in a split second, next level. Match point here for Fahey.
It's one of the shots that Kate Fahey asked about. How do I get a better drop volley?
10-2.
Well, you need that.
You got to have it.
Yeah.
Got to have all the tools.
It's back.
Side out.
Side out for Jorja Johnson. Last bit of hope here. What tool does Kate Fahey need to develop against Waters? Because that's the bar for Fahey when she's training in singles.
Absolutely. I think confidence and just knowing that she could do it. I feel like that's the only thing that's stopping her. I mean, when you're that close, you just got to build your inner strength and got to believe in yourself out there. She knows she could do it. She needs her corner to support her. She needs a team to help her out with that. Annalee Waters has 8 people on her team every time she steps on the court.
Side out.
Match point returns to Kate Fahey.
10-3. Bounce. Side out.
Another match point saved by Jorja Johnson.
3-10. Point.
Losing a little focus here. You can see Kate Fahey
4-10.
hasn't really focused on her stroke. She has to make these shots. There you go.
Side out.
When you're up ahead and you have a game point, it kind of gets away from you. You got to be careful with that.
Look at the angle. Takes some pace off here.
10-4.
On the backhand, gets her feet set. Too much. 3 match points. Gets it done for Kate Fahey, who marches on to the quarterfinal rounds. She will meet the winner of Catherine Parento and Jeannie Bouchard. What a win for the world number 2. Kate Fahey shining bright on center.
She deserves this number 2 seed, so here she goes. She's going to be battling and hopefully taking that spot in the finals. She's looking good.
Looking good. We will speak with Kate Fahey on the other side of this short commercial break as she looks ahead to tomorrow's quarterfinal.